the Prime Minister's visit to countries which were part of the erstwhile non-aligned movement, the Congress is having a good giggle about that and saying that Indian foreign policy is going back to its roots of non-alignment. We are again realizing that neither the US, howdy Trump didn't work, neither the US nor Russia being busy in its own wars and in its own issues. So we are going back to the board, and we're going and connecting with those countries who we had ignored. The Global South, the reach out since the earlier summit, since we met last, all this is just Indian foreign policy going back to its Congress roots. How do you see that?
Congress roots.
Look,
Well,
non-aligned
movement. You're talking about Bandung Conference, Nehru, Indira Gandhi, all
नहीं,
that.
देखिए, if the point is that India needs to be engaging with a much wider constituency than just the US, it's a fair point. But I don't think any Indian Prime Minister or any Indian Foreign Minister has not stated this particular objective. India has never aligned itself in a traditional sense to a single actor, right? We have, through our history, worked with different actors in different sectors at different times for different purposes. And that shall remain the India story. Big countries big countries are promiscuous. Let me just put it this way. America has literally funded every side of every conflict in the last 70 to 80 years in any geography of the world.
It's an accurate statement. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It would be a fair statement to make. We have to create our engagement capabilities that allow us to be in many ways in touch with and perhaps even sometimes intimate with a large number of countries and communities that at a particular moment of time may not suit our purpose. We also have to deal with those who may not serve our purpose today, but maybe in 5 to 7 to 10 years could become very important for our country's interests, right?
Yes.
Now, having said that, is non-alignment being reverted to? I think that's for the question you asked. Non-alignment in a 21st century avatar is being reverted to. And I think Shashi Tharoor has called it multi-alignment. Jaishankar has called it multi-alignment. There are a number of folks
Did we
who have
ever
called
give it up?
that. I don't think we've ever shed that. So I think the idea that we ever moved away from it was rubbish, because our foreign policy always followed that idea of having this approach of autonomy inbuilt by design, right? And we have only upgraded the operating system. We haven't discarded the mainframe. The mainframe remains the same. The operating system has been upgraded for the 21st century. And I think in some ways, I said it once, that the Nehruvian non-alignment was apt and appropriate in 1950. The 21st century non-alignment has a very different texture and format. And both are related through evolution. They are not disruptions of India's approach to internationalism.
And this reaching out to Indonesia is probably part of that extension too.
In Indonesia, interestingly, is one of our oldest
that's what I'm saying.
co-travelers, right? So, it started there, right? In some ways, it started there. But you are going to see this. What was the theme of Raisina this year? Kala Chakra. You're going to see the
turning of time.
The turning of time, or the progressive turning of time.
In all this, the casualty, BRICS, will it be a casualty?
नहीं यार, there is no casualty. ये group बन गया है, इसका बैंक है, क्यों casualty होगी? I am of the view that every group will serve us at some moment in our foreign policy journey. If today China is able to benefit from a large number of these plurilateral groups because they are $20 trillion or thereabouts, and because they have the surpluses and the capital to deploy, at some point we will require these same groups. China was able to, in 2008, I repeat this many times because it's important. In 2008, China was $4 trillion, $2,600 per capita income. In the next 10 years, it became the single largest trading partner for 100 countries. My point is that as we move to 10 trillion, we are going to become consequential for a very large number of countries. Where are the arrangements, institutions, and architectures to engage with these large number of countries? You will require all sorts of groups
Yes.
through which you could become development partners, infrastructure partners, technology partners, UPI partners, all sorts of DPI partners, sorry. All sorts of partnerships would be based on how many of these clubs, cohorts,
Yeah. Multilateral. Yeah.
and plurilateral groups you're able to incubate. So, yes, Trump has taken a particular fondness for BRICS, but I think BRICS will outlast Trump.
Do subscribe to the ANI Clips channel to get shorter versions of this podcast. Click here to watch the full episode.